We are at Amritsar's historic Naushera House, a beautiful property that is over 100 years old. And here we are joined by one man who has converted the Amritsar battle, and remember we're calling it the Punjabi Punch, into a knockout battle. Arun Jaitley versus Captain Amarinder Singh. Well, here we're joined by Captain Amarinder Singh, who's of course the Congress candidate, and many people say that this battle is now one of the keenest fought and most watched constituencies in the country. You were reluctant, Captain, to join and to contest?
Never.
Originally?
No.
Originally.
No.
Those were the reports that came out, that it was Sonia Gandhi who picked up the phone and told you, Captain, you've got to do this.
Let me tell you the whole thing.
Yeah.
6 weeks ago, Sonia ji, I had gone to see her. She said, Amarinder, would you like to fight Amritsar? So I told her, I said, ma'am, it's better for you to use me in Punjab. I've been your Chief Minister and Principal and your PCC President for 16 years. So I think I'll be more useful to campaign in the whole state.
You didn't want to be confined to one constituency?
No, I said this because I thought generally, I've been, for 16 years is a long time and I know everything in Punjab. So then she said, okay, let me give it a thought. Then about 3 weeks later, she picked up the phone and said, Amarinder, I've thought it over, will you fight for me? I said, of course I'll fight for you. So will you fight Amritsar? I said, done. That's it.
You would have preferred to be used across the state though?
I think so because, our Chief Minister, 5 years and 10 years, PCC President, campaign in charge. So I know everything about this entire state.
Now that you're here, what do you think the odds are? We're calling this a knockout battle. Now, who's going to be knocked out?
Well, I don't know, but I can tell you what the odds are, that we are going to sweep Amritsar and we are going to send Mr. Jaitley packing to Delhi.
What do you base that confidence on?
The people. Jaitley, if Jaitley was so popular, why does he need film stars to come and draw crowds? He is not drawing crowds at all.
But every party draws film stars.
I have not called any film star. Why has he called all the RSS and BJP workers and the whole MLAs from Delhi to fight this campaign? Are they going to come and get votes? The people of Amritsar have to vote.
But doesn't every party rely on film stars? Cricketers are arriving now. We believe Bishan Singh Bedi is arriving. He's campaigning against Jaitley. He's bringing cricket into politics. So I'm sure you would tap into that if it suited you.
If Bishan is coming, which he is coming,
is he going to come out in your favor?
Yes, absolutely. In my
so
favor.
Then he will turn around and say, if you're so confident, why are you depending on cricketers? Just that
he's the one who rang me up. And he said, I want to come and campaign for you.
Who rang you up?
Bishan. And he said, we are all coming, and I think 8 or 9 members of their board, and we want to tell the world what Jaitley is all about. So I said, fine, suits me.
Arun Jaitley says you've lowered the discourse of this campaign.
That is the clever part of his campaign.
He says you've personalized it. You've personalized it. You've called him a pseudo-Punjabi. You've called him an outsider. Now he's hitting back as well. One of the things he said in his interview to me was, if a Patiala peg is the only measure of authenticity, then well, I'm glad to be called an outsider. Obvious swipe at you.
The problem is he's a glib character. He's a Supreme Court lawyer. He has the gift of the gab. He does things very cleverly. Is
that a compliment? Is that a compliment?
No,
backhanded compliment?
I don't say it as a compliment. I said it as over cleverness. He puts on a big act about things anti-me, and then suddenly he comes around in the end and said we should lower the level of debate. Fact is, we are in a battle. This is my 13th election. I know how to fight the election. That chap has only come in from the back doors all the time. This is his first election. He's in a blue
He's been leader of opposition, should be in parliament. He's a well-respected national leader. You're calling him that chap?
Yes, of course he's that chap to me. He's like any other BJP candidate. So what if he is the leader of the opposition in parliament? I've been chief minister, so what? That doesn't make it. We are a one-to-one here. Again, and it's for the people of Amritsar to decide, not the RSS workers and BJP workers from Delhi and all the Supreme Court lawyers to come here. I think that is going against him, and it will go against him.
What is going against him?
The fact is that you cannot get people from Amritsar to join you, therefore you have to bring people from outside.
He says that this outsider argument is slightly specious because after all, Captain, you're not from Amritsar, you're from Patiala, 1. 2, his wife says that this is her ancestral home. He says he has ancestral links, he has family links. Isn't this outsider, insider thing slightly specious?
Look.
I mean, the fight should be about issues. If it's about local versus outsider, then the Aam Aadmi Party candidate is more local than either of you.
Let me give you a little background on this. Jaitley, if he had come here, nobody objects. This is a democracy. Dr. Manmohan Singh is our Prime Minister from Assam.
And Sonia Gandhi, as Mr. Jaitley pointed out, is from Rai Bareli. She's not an insider of Rai Bareli.
What do you mean she's not an insider?
Of Rai Bareli.
She's married to a man from a person who was from UP. And that was his seat, and she's taken his seat. Now these are irrelevant arguments.
But if they're irrelevant, then why convert this into an insider?
Because I've said that he's telling lies. I mean, we're coming here and saying I am a great Amritsariya because my nankas are here. Well, my nankas are here. So is my daughter married here. So is
his wife
Khalsa
from
College
here.
started
So
here.
is his wife's
by
entire
us.
family from here. So I'm asking you, is this a relevant point? Yeah, outsider, insider.
I don't want him to tell a lie. He should come out open and said yes.
He says he's 100% Punjabi. He has Majha blood. You don't.
Where's my mother from? She's from Majita. What do you mean I don't have Majha blood in me? Half my blood is Majha blood. And where is his blood? I mean, the fellow was born in Narayana, he's educated in Delhi, he's lived in Delhi, he's doing his business in Delhi, everything in Delhi.
Is this an issue? Is this an issue? Because if it's about local
not
versus
an issue.
outsider,
It's not an
then
issue.
the Aam Aadmi Party candidate is actually the most local.
I'm not going to talk about the Aam Aadmi Party because that's not relevant here. What is relevant here is Mr. Jaitley and myself. And Mr. Jaitley, had he come here and said, I do not know Amritsar, but my nankas are from here, and please accept me as one of you. Fine, no problem. But when you come here and start telling lies, okay, this is my home, that I said, that's wrong.
Point is, and you'll have to concede this, there seems to be an upsurge of anger against the Congress government. There's an at the center, there's an anti-incumbency sentiment. You are battling that here as well. You cannot disconnect the national mood from the campaign.
I'm sorry, Barka, your information is absolutely incorrect.
I've been traveling across India. There's a strong anger with the Congress.
No, I'm not talking about India. I'm talking about Punjab.
Okay.
You have you have no anti-incumbency here. You have no Modi factor here. If there's any anti-incumbency, it's against the state government. This government has led this state into absolute ruin. Drugs are rampant. People are dying here. Akalis are involved in this drug trading. Your farmers are crying. Their tubewells are not powered. Your industry is collapsing. Property tax has been levied by these people. You're killing the common man.
On the one hand, there is an anti-incumbency against the state government that Mr. Jaitley will have to, in a sense, factor in. On the other hand, what you will have to factor in is the anti-incumbency against the Congress government at the centre. That is the paradox of the Amritsar election.
Not at all. You tell me one person who's ever raised any issue about this national incumbency.
You're saying this is a local election, not a national election.
Of course it is a local election.
But this is an election for parliament.
Which he wants to avoid. He says, have a debate with me. I said, come. But I'll debate national affairs. Why will you debate national affairs? You will debate Amritsar first. You will debate Punjab second.
But this is not an assembly. But this is not an assembly election.
Yes, but you are representing the people of Amritsar. You must know what Amritsar is all about. You must know what Punjab is all about. In 1980, I became an MP for the first time. First electoral victory of mine. And I found when I went into parliament that I was disconnected from my state. I didn't know what was going on in my state. And unless you know what's going on in your state, how do you represent the state in parliament?
Are you suggesting that the Amritsar Lok Sabha election is being fought on local issues and not on the national issue?
Absolutely.
And that's what you're banking on?
No, I'm not banking on that. But that's exactly what it is. People are fed up of this government. Bikramjit Singh Majita has a point here.
You called him a monkey in a campaign speech.
And I wish I could call him something even worse. Because he is the man.
Is this language that you should be using? You're a very senior politician. To call someone else a monkey?
Listen to me. This man has totally destroyed the youth of Punjab. This person who has now been caught and is in jail has given a written commitment to the court that it is Bikram Singh Majita who runs these chemical narcotics here. And he is the one responsible for, we do the marketing through him, we do the engagements wherever through him. And this is what is the issue in here about him. I wish I had called him something stronger than a monkey.
You don't regret your language?
Not at all.
Arun Jaitley says if there was anything legitimate against Majithia, the central government was free to investigate it. The Narcotics Bureau was with the centre.
But the Enforcement Directorate has already put the challan in court, 1,530 pages, in which it said that the man has said that this is the man who's the kingpin of the narcotics in Punjab.
But even so, shouldn't there be some language, Lakshman Rekha, that nobody should cross? You know, Rahul Gandhi called Narendra Modi an Ullu. You are calling somebody a monkey. What is going on?
Come on, this fellow's a little chit of a man, this Majita, and he's a little boy. I've known him since do you know our history? His grandfather and his great grandfather and my grandfather were in school together. His grandfather and my father went to school together. His father and I in school together. I've seen him in nappies. What do you want me to call him?
Narendra Modi is arriving here next week.
So?
A Modi factor, at least all polls suggest.
There is no Modi factor. I don't know why you people are raising Modi to some level of a demigod.
He could be the next Prime Minister.
So let him be.
You're not worried that Narendra Modi is arriving to campaign
Not
for
at all.
Arun Jaitley?
Not at all. Let him come. Let him come and go. Everyone comes and goes, so he'll be one more coming and going. So what happens? So what is so big in Mr. Modi? Mr. Modi is, I'll ask you, Mr. Modi, he's been Chief Minister. What happened in Godhra? How many thousands and thousands of Muslims were slaughtered? What happened? The Christians tell me that they are second-class citizens. Sikhs are being thrown out under Modi's government from the farmers. And he wants to run this secular country. A man who's a total egoist and a total committed RSS character, and he's going to run a secular country. I guarantee you, if he comes as Prime Minister, you're going to have riots in this country.
Why is the Congress only falling back on the issue of secularism? Is it because they have no other issue to contest Mr. Modi on?
Look, what has the Congress done wrong? You have got wonderful flagship programs, which who did not allow them to go through? The BJP. Modi is the leader of the opposition. How much does it cost to run parliament? 2.5 lakh rupees a minute. 700 crores have been cost of the taxpayers' money by Modi and by Sushma Swaraj by walking out of there. Bills have been not allowed to be passed. What's happened to the Food Security Act? If people are given food to 1,25,000 crores and a child can sleep with his belly full at night, is there something wrong in it?
If you're calling Majita a chit of a man, how do you assess Narendra Modi as a political opponent to the Congress?
I think a disaster for this country. As I told you, you will see India will head into a complete split and you will have riots in this country.
But you know, Prakash Singh Badal, to talk about Amritsar, is presenting Arun Jaitley as a possible Deputy Prime Minister.
Who is Prakash Singh Badal to prevent anyone to promote? He proposes him as a Deputy Prime Minister. Then what happens? That's very day Modi says, I'm not a candidate for this, because I asked the press, I said, tell him to show me the BJP resolution in which he is made. And Jaitley by the evening says, no, I'm not a candidate.
No, but
Mr. Badal says that this is only electoral rhetoric.
No, but the point is that does Mr. Jaitley not have an advantage in the fact that he can tell Amritsar, I'm going to have a significant position at the centre and that would make me a stronger, more influential member of parliament?
What is will be his role, which is not going to be my role? I mean, if he wants certain things for Amritsar, which I want,
but suppose he's the next finance minister, obviously he has more influence in doing things for Amritsar.
I come to another point. Amritsar is a border town. This has been a trading town. Unless with Pakistan you have some sort of an understanding and some cordial relations, trade will not open. We are dying. Our urban cities are dying. Firozpur is dying, Amritsar is dying, Pathankot, Jammu are dying. And here's your Prime Minister candidate to be is calling for warmongering. He's calling for a hate attitude there. You want to start all over again, problems there. Who dies? Our boys die. Our borders are defeated. All our border areas will be under shelling and under... I've been through the battle. I of 65. I know exactly what happens. I mean, where was Vajpayee sitting in there when our boys were sitting on...
But it's your party and Manmohan Singh was accused of being far too soft on Pakistan.
I think Manmohan Singh was right. When I went to Pakistan in 2004, he asked me to meet the Chief Minister and the President and the Prime Minister and try to bring a rapprochement with Pakistan, because trade was essential and cutting down on this. Look at the amount of money we are spending everywhere on these sort of matters. I think we should get into trade. This is a trading city. This was trading tea.
But Mr. Jaitley is also saying the same. Both of you on this seem to agree. Open up trade.
But then why is the Prime Minister called a warmonger? Why is he calling for very hard policies? How hard policies? How can hard policies and bring about trade and bring about peace between Pakistan and India?
But you've been a soldier. A soft policy to Pakistan is not an insult of our soldiers. That's what Narendra Modi would argue.
Absolutely not. That's what Modi. Why doesn't he build a house next to the border and he'll know what a soft policy is? The first shot that comes across the border, he'll take off from there. A soldier's trained to kill and to die, but for not needlessly, just because some politician wants to show his great machoism in the country. That is what Modi is trying to do.
Okay, Arun Jaitley is targeting you on the issue of an allegation that he's made based on Subramaniam Swamy, saying that relatives of Captain Amarinder Singh's family have stashed away money in tax havens. You have sent a legal notice to Swamy. But Jaitley says you should be open to all investigations on this.
Please, please, welcome. Anybody can come, including Mr. Jaitley. Let him take the form a commission and start investigating me. I have not even 1% doubt on this. This is a clear... Now look at this, interestingly. The papers were coming up for scrutiny. And Jaitley knew he wanted to get me rejected as a candidate. Next day in Barmer, Mr. Modi takes my name. How does it interest anyone in Barmer that Amarinder Singh's name should come up? This joker, well, I shouldn't call him a joker, but this chap, Jaitley, rings up the Prime Minister and has my name, a candidate to be, takes my name there, so that the Election Commission should get wise on it and reject Amarinder Singh's papers.
Now, let's first...
On Subramaniam Swamy's accusation.
You have sometimes been called arrogant. Arun Jaitley certainly thinks so.
You
just called him, you just used the word joker before you withdrew it. Is language a problem?
No,
is language, does it reflect in arrogance? Doesn't it reflect in arrogance?
No, it doesn't. I'm arrogant. That fellow is the grandfather.
If you keep saying that, that fellow, isn't it an arrogant way to describe a political
Ask him
opponent?
what he does, what he talks about. To you and to the press and all, he's like honey and sugar. What does he say otherwise? He's a highly arrogant, egoistic man, self-centered man. The whole world knows it.
Why should this
He
campaign...
doesn't even shake hands with the people here.
Why should this campaign be so personal, so bitter? Why isn't it being fought on issues? Why is it about whether Mr. Jaitley is arrogant or not, or whether Captain Amarinder Singh is arrogant or not?
That is between you and me. This is not a campaign. I'm not telling the people in the village that he's an arrogant,
no, but a public statement
man.
becomes part of the campaign,
No, but this is not there. The people in the villages, why don't you go to the villages? Come with me, come to my meetings and see what the people say. The moment they are just fed up to their gills with this BJP government. And Akali.
As a Sikh in a seat where more than 60% of the voters are also Sikhs, how are you going to escape the terrible shadow of 1984? The fact of the matter is that Rahul Gandhi has been initially pilloried and ridiculed for not being willing to apologize for 1984. It is a blot. It is a blot on the Congress.
No,
you quit the Congress and you rejoined it. Doesn't that put you on a weak wicket?
I do not agree 1% with this. Number one, in 1998 when I became president, I brought the Congress president here. She came to see the Darbar Sahib. She apologized. She said it in this fellow.
It took 25 years for the Congress to apologize.
1 minute.
25 years.
Whatever may be the past. I was not.
How do you attack Modi for 2002 given 1984?
No. My point is, first listen to this argument on this issue. Here in Mrs. Gandhi said she regretted very much. When I was Chief Minister, I brought again. She said I regretted very much. Prime Minister has regretted very much. Here is a young man who's not only in 84, 11 years old. In a candid fashion, he says that, yes, I heard there's some Congress people were also involved in the Delhi killings. And there was a hue and cry and the Akali Dal.
Because he refused to apologize.
Please, man, listen, 1 minute. Should my grandson be responsible for my actions? He's also 11 years old.
It's on behalf of the party.
No.
It's a blot on the party's record.
Listen to me. He said this. And I said that, why are you asking this chap? He doesn't know who these people were. Ask me. I'll tell you who the congressmen were involved. There was Bhagat involved. There was Lalit Makin involved. There was Arjun Das involved. I told them, I said, why are you asking him? He doesn't know.
What about Sajjan Kumar, Jagdish Thakur?
Sajjan Kumar, yes. Jagdish Thakur, no. Because I was not in the Congress then. As you remember, I resigned in 84. I was the first man to reach Delhi after this rioting started. And I stayed from the 1st till the 4th, which was Gurpurb of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. I was in Delhi and I went to all the camps. I went to everyone. I met them, and all these names which I've told you were mentioned, except Jagdish Thakur. When did Jagdish Thakur's name come up? It came up when he was fighting Madan Lal Khurana in Delhi.
But there are eyewitness testimonies.
That was months later.
There are eyewitness testimonies that do put Jagdish Thakur on the spot. The court has now ordered the CBI to review its own clean chit.
Let them. I can only.
You are giving a clean chit.
I am not the CBI. I am not the court. I am telling you what I saw and what I felt. The first time the name of Jagdish Thakur came up when he fought Madan Lal Khurana in Delhi, and Madan Lal Khurana had this issue raised. And that is what I have told the press for the last 25-30 years.
But what about the shadow of Operation Blue Star? You were an advisor with Indira Gandhi, then you were close to her when the army tanks rolled into the Golden Temple. Think of the army inside the Golden Temple.
Please, just listen to this. From 1980 till 1984, I was part of the negotiating team in the hope that we would avoid such a situation. In January of that year, of 84, I gave up. And I said, Madam, you please find somebody else, because I think we reached a dead end. So Amarinder Singh was there, I was there, and we were doing this on behalf of our respective parties. Then she put somebody else on the job. And I told her then, when the time came, that if this happens, man, I'm not going to stay with you. And when the day that this took place, I extended in my resignation.
But Badal says this is a drama because you returned to the Congress.
What you're asking me about raising Blue Star, this is exactly what I'm asking, not the history. I'm not apologizing. I'm not saying that Mrs. Gandhi didn't give the order. I'm not saying that the Congress government was not in power which did this. What I am saying is, BJP and the Akali Dal were also party to it. I want to know from Badal on the 26th
But
of...
the decision was Mrs. Gandhi's.
One minute. Let's get back to Mr. Badal's contribution. He's an Akali Dal chief. He's a big leader of those days. On the 26th of March 1984, Mr. Prakash Singh Badal went and met the Home Minister alone in Delhi, and he told to him that take action, whatever you need to take. On the 26th of May, 5 days before the cordoning off of the Blue Star, Prakash Singh Badal disappeared from Punjab. He went off to UP, then he went to his farm. 2nd of June, Sant Longowal called a meeting here in Amritsar. Badal refused to come. Toda came, Barnala came, the others came. And he only showed up after the Blue Star was over on the 10th in Chandigarh, had a press conference and offered his arrest. He was party to it. So what I'm saying, I'm not questioning Blue Star.
Let's agree on that for a moment and put it aside. Even if what you're saying is correct, Operation Blue Star is the Congress's legacy, not the Akali's legacy.
It's a terrible thing, and I'm totally against it.
So
why did I resign from the party?
But you went back.
Because where do I go? BJP is doing the same thing, Akalis are doing the same thing, and so is the Congress. Which party is available? Do you want me to join UP?
Well, it's an option.
That's absolutely no option for me.
Okay.
I mean,
from the national, let's come back to the local. Unpopular property tax is something all people talk about.
Yeah.
Arun Jaitley says it's your legacy, it's your creation, it's your government that cleared this.
I knew this is coming. Here it is. Here are the papers. The memorandum of understanding was a draft memorandum sent by my chief secretary to the ministry concerned for the Jawaharlal Nehru Urban Renewal Mission. This had happened once before. When we had asked for World Bank assistance also, they said, you do these things. We said no. Now here was the draft memorandum which was sent to them. Jaitley very conveniently shows only the page, front page. He doesn't show the whole memorandum.
What is on the whole memorandum?
Whole memorandum is just this, that this is what we can sign if the government agrees. And this is the chief secretary and the secretary housing, or whichever secretary he was there. Now, this matter came to cabinet for an informal discussion, and everybody said no.
So are you saying it came to the cabinet when you were chief minister, but you did not sign it?
We did not sign it. So I'm asking Mr.
So how
Jaitley,
did it become a reality then? Wasn't it clear in your tenure?
Not at all. That's what the thing is. These guys are glib. I mean, he's a glib lawyer. Now you tell me, when we had rejected it in that, said we are not signing it. This is a letter of the 7th of December of that year, and we said we are not signing it. The matter was closed. Akalis re-raised this when they ran short of money in 2009 or 2008 or 2009, and they passed this law in 2013, only last year. If we had passed it, then what was the need to bring it back into law?
Why are you bringing up issues like Mr. Jaitley's house? Are these issues relevant?
Yes.
Why is it relevant?
I'll tell you, because he's being attacked by me, and people are accepting the fact that he's not an Amritsari.
But is this a fair attack?
Right, wrong.
Is this a fair attack?
No.
Anyone's allowed to have a house anywhere. Do you have a house here?
I'm staying in somebody's house, a friend's house here.
Yes.
Yeah, but then I will have a house when the time is over.
So why is it
what
a big deal
does
if
the
you bought
People's
a house?
Representative Act say? It says that anything which you do, which can be construed to be affecting the voter's mind, is not allowed. It has to come within the 70.
But Captain, is Dr. Manmohan Singh from Assam? I mean, these are specious issues.
You're taking this argument to a different direction. I'm pointing about to Mr. Mitchell.
I'm asking you why it's an issue.
Yes, it's an issue because he has categorically said, now Amritsarias, I've bought a house, please accept me from Amritsar, because they were not accepting him from Amritsar. However, under the law of the People's Representation Act, you are not allowed to buy anything. Anything you buy which can influence voters goes into your expenses. And therefore, I've asked him to be disqualified. That he spent 1 crore on the house, you're allowed 70 lakhs. How can he do that in the middle of this? He's a lawyer, he should understand
So
this.
the Election Commission will decide that. Let me ask you in the end. One of the criticisms that he makes of you and that other people make is Captain is inaccessible. He says, well, you know, he's not even seen on this side of the border. This was his exact quote to me.
Where is he seen? I've been here 47 years. This must be my 500th visit to Amritsar in 47 years. I have been, do you know that out of the 4 rural seats, Majita and Ajnala, I have fought by-elections there as the president. I have gone door to door in every village. Everyone knows my face. Nobody knows him. Stand Jaitley up in 5 people in Ajnala village and ask them who is Jaitley. They won't know.
If you do not win, what do you see as your political future? And I'll tell you why I asked you this. Because the Punjab Congress is seen to be ridden with factionalism. Did you feel bad when you were replaced as the state Congress president here?
I am not. Nobody, let me tell you, nobody in this world is indispensable, number one. Number two, I have been 16 years. I'm also tired. I've also had a hell of a time going around village to village in the whole thing.
So what's next?
And Mrs. Gandhi felt that perhaps that the party needed a little change.
What happens if you don't win?
There's no question of not winning. I'm winning. And I'm going to send Mr. Jaitley packing from here. There's no question, not even 1% doubt.
We'll know on the 16th of May. Captain Amarinder Singh, pleasure talking to you.
Bye. Thank you.